Hello everybody, this is Emerald Star from Gemstar Studios, and this is my top 5 video games of all time.
It's me, Mario! Hello!
That's right, Super Mario 64 is my number 5. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why is a Super Mario game so low on the list? Well, for one, it's a top 5, and it's really not considerably low on the list, and all I do is top 5s, but at the same time, it is low on the list. But why it's low on the list is because, well, games come and games go. This used to be one of my top ones, actually. And, it's number 5. I'm surprised it's even still on the list with all the new games that are out and everything. And, this game right here made my childhood, right? I remember sitting in front of the TV. This was my first game I ever got to, playing the Nintendo 64, and like all day and every day. Super Mario 64. It was the best thing to happen to Mario ever. Like, it just was. It brought him the 3D. It was my first Nintendo 64 game, and it deserves to be on this list, no matter what other games I think might be a little better. And it's gonna take my top 5, and that's as much as I can give it, because other games have became better, but it deserves to be on the list. And number 4 on my list is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, also for the Nintendo 64. And you guys are probably thinking to yourself right now, boy, this guy has no taste in games. Stop, hold up, wait a minute. I'm not gonna finish that. Anyways, why these games are low on the list? In fact, Ocarina of Time used to be my top favorite game on the list. So, there's a counter to your argument. Why they're low on the list is because games come and go. There's just newer games out there that came out that are better than these games now. But this also made my childhood, and this one is definitely going on the list, because it was my favorite game of the N64. Not my first, like Super Mario 64, but my favorite, because it was just really, really great. I mean, like, I remember all the dungeons and the adventure and stuff, and, as a kid, that's all I was really interested in, dungeoning, adventuring, like, having fun and everything. And this game right here really set the mark for that. And also, I still never understood why they labeled this game E for everyone. I could point out a few reasons. Dead Hand. I think that was what his name is. But still, it was a good game, and this game took my number 4 spot. Because this game was definitely gonna make it, because this was my favorite on the N64. So, yeah, that's that.
Mario Kart!
Taking the number 3 spot is Mario Kart 64 for the N64. Well, you probably have guessed by now, I am definitely a Nintendo fan. And this is probably looking more like the top Nintendo 64 games than my top 5 all time. But, hold up, wait a minute, yes, I just did it again. It's not. These are actually my favorite games, the top 5 favorite games of all time. And most of them just happen to be Nintendo, because Nintendo's awesome, plain and simple. And this one was popular because, well, there's really not much to say about it, because if you're anyone, hold on. If you're anyone, as I was saying, you would know that this game made number one for probably the most sold cartridges for the Nintendo 64, and it's very well known to bringing Mario Kart to making Mario Kart what it is today. Because even though it was the second Mario Kart, it was the best Mario Kart, in my opinion, because it went to 3D, and it also was just loads of fun. You can't tell me, like, if you've ever played 4-player multiplayer on this game, that you didn't want to punch your friend in the face for throwing that blue shell after you being in first place the whole freaking time. Mario Kart 64 is the best game, and it made my number 3.
You ever wonder what's up there? Like what? Maybe someone up there was wondering what it's like here. I guess. Do you think we'll ever meet them? I hope so. Don't you? Do you think we'll ever meet them?
Yes, that's right. Halo 3 from the Halo series, finally a non-Nintendo game. Halo 3 is my number 2. Now you have to really impress me to get on this list right here. Like, I know it changes ever so often and everything, but you have to really impress me to get on this list right here. And if you know Halo, then you know why. And if you don't know Halo, get an Xbox and play, and you'll see why. Halo impressed me, and more importantly, Halo 3 impressed me. It was better than Halo 1 and 2, obviously, and it's just, I don't know what to describe it as. Like, it's just amazing. You can't beat Halo when it comes to storyline. Nintendo has came close before, but when it comes to storyline, you just can't beat Halo. And I bet some of you are thinking, oh, but it's a shooter, that you know, a shooter, and like we're getting sick and tired of shooters because that's all they produce nowadays. Well, think about this: when there was so many shooters, Medal of Honors and Call of Duties and everything else, Halo came out, and it stood out from everything else. It was an entirely different shooter, and they made this game better and better over the years. And then Halo 3 was probably Bungie's best masterpiece out to date. It was Halo Reach was obviously their last Halo game out to date, but Halo 3 was the best one. Best graphics, best story, best multiplayer, best weapons, best vehicles. I could keep going on. This game made me impressed, and it's hard to do that. And that's why this game made number 2 on my list. But there's a game that's better. and taking the number 1 spot is the best game that, well, not the best game ever, but my best game, my favorite game ever. Because, well, I don't have to say anything because it's a newer game, and if you played Smash Brothers, you understand why. Not only is it the best Smash Brothers ever, but it is also the only Smash Brothers with DLC, and and the DLC is what made Smash Brothers. It really is that, and the new characters, and well, the new characters. Some of the new characters were DLC, and it was totally worth it. And okay, what to say about Super Smash Brothers? As I said, it was the best Smash Brothers. Everything, every fighting style every character had was countered by another, and the entire game is probably even now. And now with all the patches and all the characters and everything out. But this Smash Brothers will go down in history as the best and the only one with DLC. Not the only one with online, because there was Brawl, but Brawl sucked. Even though it had a story, which I wish they would have brought back a story in this one, since this one is the best. But, okay. Imagine you're sitting in a room. Hold on. Imagine sitting in a room with a lot of your friends playing this video game. Now, what made it even more awesome, that it was another Smash Brothers after Brawl, which people at the time were kind of like, another Smash Brothers, it was kind of iffy. But what made this one, as I said, first one with DLC, first one with the best internet ever, best one in combat and everything's even. New characters, DLC characters, new levels, and let's see, and something new and something people never expected. Now, unless you're playing online or in a tournament of some sort, no one's gonna have 18 players or something. But in this, wait, I think it was 18 players. No, it wasn't 18 players. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways, support up to 8 players. My bad. The game can support up to 8 players instead of 4, and which is that was a deal breaker right there when people heard about that, and not the fact that it was on both 3DS and the Wii U. So a portable Smash Brothers of one of the first portable Smash Brothers. I'll get this out eventually. Just tongue twister. First portable Smash Brothers, up to 8 players can play now. The first one with DLC, best fighting ever, best internet ever, internet connection ever, multiple controller configurations, new characters, DLC levels, new levels, all that type of stuff. But imagine playing with a, really, I can't describe Smash Brothers. You have to play it for yourself. But all I know is this was the best Smash Brothers that came out, and it's definitely a fun party game, and it's a little competitive. It's like probably the most competitive one out too, as well, and it's both fun and competitive. And you need to play it for yourself to realize how great Smash was. Just imagine taking all the freaking characters for Nintendo, not all of them, but almost all of them, pitting them against each other to see who would win in a fight. Basically, it's comparing the characters, and it's amazing because, well, that's every person's dream, and that's why Smash Brothers was invented. This was probably the best one, though, the Wii U and 3DS version, is because of all the reasons I have described. And I have the 3DS version, and really there's barely no difference between Wii U and 3DS version, except Wii U can play like 8 players and has a different game mode than 3DS and everything, but it's just the best Smash Brothers ever. You have to play it to understand. That's all I can really say, but it took my number 1 spot for my top 5 greatest games of all time. And I had a blast playing it with my friends and everything, and I still do, and it's a great game. So, yeah, this has been Emerald Star.